What's up, y'all? It's your girl Taylor here for another video, and this one is a little different. Okay, I'm cooking right now. I'm making some spaghetti. Okay, and right now the way my mind's working, it's a lot of thoughts and downloads that's coming through that I really need to just, I'm talking to myself about it. You know how when you have those conversations with yourself, and right now it's like, let me record myself as it's happening, so that way it can capture what's being said and what's coming through. Okay, so basically, as I'm making my spaghetti, as I'm making spaghetti for me and my partner, there is, when it comes to your 20s, so you have your 20s. I just turned 30 last week, and there's been, I don't know, it's just hitting me. It's hit me like really hard, and I feel like I've been feeling exhausted and burnt out, and having to unlearn so many things and relearn other things, you know. It's just, and I'm going to explain it, right? So that I feel like this is just a part of, it's all a part of the process. And when it comes to your 20s, there are certain things, I won't say that I have regrets, because if I had regrets like, oh, I wish I didn't do this and I didn't do that, or this didn't happen, like, I just wouldn't be where I'm at, and the lessons that I've learned, the wisdom that I was able to obtain, it wouldn't be here with me right now. So it's like, I'm glad that I put myself through certain situations, and that certain things happen. Like, I'm glad it happened. And as difficult as it was to go through certain relationships, or certain careers, or certain things when it comes to my health and how I show up emotionally, confidence, insecurities, all of that, things that I've allowed myself to hold myself back on, where it's like, I know that I have so much potential in me that I would be in a different position in my life if I made different decisions. But it's like, everything that happened led to where I'm at right now. It was meant to happen. Some of those things, unfortunately, it's hard to say, like, oh, that was meant to happen, some shitty experience, right? But it's like, it happened though. Like, it happened, and life keeps lifing. Okay, things keep happening, situations keep happening, and being able to keep in mind and be mindful, be mindful that you know, it is what it is, and it's all a part of life. There's different things, crazy shit that's happening in the world right now, with the shootings and with the Amber Alerts, unfortunately, the shit that happened with Nickelodeon, all the things that's been going on in Hollywood and pop culture and in work environments, the toxicity of it all, the hustle culture within business and within a regular 9-to-5, and within the health diet culture. Like, it's everywhere. There's so much and then with your kids, like, if you have kids, there could be fears of sending your kids to school due to all of the different school shootings that's been going on, and the gun laws, or the politics, religion, spirituality. Like, there's so much going on. And being able to have joy, being able to be present, being able to have peace, being able to just be. Why is that so fucking hard though? Why is that so difficult? There's so much pressure to be a certain way, to have things achieved by 30 or by whatever age, where it's like, you should have your shit together. You should already have done. You should already got your house, your kids, your motherfucking car. Like, okay, you should have a thriving career by now. Okay, like, where did that? Like, what? I feel like that's so difficult to manage. And you can't give 100% to everything and make it all happen. Like, it's just not fucking feasible. It's not possible to, like, do that. So being able to kind of give myself a break on feeling like I should do that, like, I feel it's just so necessary, because I don't want to feel super anxious and drained from trying to achieve so many things all at once. That's difficult and exhausting, because there's only so much of me to give in a 24-hour day that, like, I just can't. I know my nails is looking crusty. If you looked, if you seen, I'm doing, don't you worry about it. Because I was like, oh shit, okay, it's all good though. Don't worry about it. But no, like, for real, it's just so much to like think about and consider, and just the world and how it is. It's a lot going on. It really is. This is the thing, like, once you hit 20, like, once you're in your 20s, when you hit 20s, it feels like you should, in a way, have things figured out as far as like, okay, career, what school are you going to? You going to college? Like, what's that look like? What's your major gonna be? What's your career gonna be? At 20, after high school? What? What? Like, oh no, not 20, you 18. Like, you ain't even in your 20s yet at that point. But you gotta, there's the pressure to like have that major, like what you gonna do afterwards, like now what, right? And then when it comes to like being in now you're in your 20s though, you live in your life, you're in your 20s, and it's like, I feel like there's definitely pressure to also have your shit together in 20s, and where it's like feeling like, okay, this is your time, you could let loose, have fun, grow, adapt, adult, right? And okay, and there's a lot of like pressure to do that. And then as you lead up to, it's just, I feel like in your 20s, what I've learned for me personally, that it's just a lot of room to just fuck up, right? Because it's like, oh, you're young, like whatever, it's okay that you messed up because you're young, because you're young, because you're young. And it's like, okay, I'm young, but you ain't gonna be young for much longer, you know, like eventually you have to get your shit together. And it's like, I keep saying it because it's something that keeps being echoed. I'm sure that you've heard before, and that a lot of people have heard before, where it's like, okay, you gotta get your shit together. What the fuck does getting your shit together look like? What does that look like? Really, somebody please tell me, because damn, I feel like people having their shit together looks differently for everybody, you know? I feel like there's a stigma. I feel like there's a societal pressure on what having your shit together looks like I said earlier, where it's like, you got the house, you got the kids, you have the car, you have the successful thriving career, you're traveling, you have financial freedom, you have time freedom, you have energy freedom, like you are consistently going to the gym, you're exercising, you got your health figured out, like everything, your social life is on point, like, and just everything is just you're on top of it all. And like, I just feel like things happen in life and we are constantly adapting and changing, that it's really difficult for things to just be smooth sailing and just linear the whole time. Like, I feel like as humans, we're constantly adapting and having to change, and things just happen. What if you're not able to have kids? But there's of course different things that you can do, but it's just up to the person or that person, the relationship, and what that looks like. But just, there's certain things that, why does it have to be a certain way, you know? And why is there pressure and judgment on doing things in a different way? Why can't that be embraced more? Why can't individuality and differences be embraced more? Why does there have to be gender roles? Why does it have to be the man does this and the woman does that? Why does it have to be a woman has to be with a man? It can't be woman, woman, or man, man. Like, why? Because, yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. But like, why? You know, why can't we just like be ourselves, man? Like, I'm just saying, I think it's difficult to just, it's just way too much pressure, man. It really is. And I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted with all the pressure and the things of what we have to do. And at 30, I feel like there's a lot of wisdom that I've been able to obtain, where it's like, if I do look back at my life at 80, I was having a conversation with somebody about this, where it's like, that inspired this part of the reminder of, hey, when you're 80 years old, you want to be able to reflect on your life of the things that you've been able to achieve. Just thinking about it. What are the jobs? What are the adventures? What are the different things that you've been able to achieve? What are the moments? You know, it's not necessarily financial, and it could be financial, you know, but what are the different things, the moments, the experiences, small or big, that like you were able to just, that you have, right? And just taking that in, think about it. The adventures you went on, the activities, the experiences, the different relationships that you've had, you know, what's one of your happiest memories? What does safe feel like and mean for you? When have you felt that way? What was happening? What was something that came true for you that made you feel so excited and proud and grateful and liberated? What were those moments that you've been able to just be embracing in? Like, you don't feel the need to really get out your camera because you're so in the moment, you know? Taking pictures is fun, but sometimes it's like fuck the camera, man. I just came from vacation, and there was a point in time where I was just exhausted with taking pictures. Like, I'm tired. I just want to experience what's happening. I'm tired of taking pictures. I'm all pictured out. And it's like, of course I want to look back at what I'm experiencing. You know, that's what's dope about pictures, to be able to look back on for yourself and kids and future generations, you know, be able to have that. What are you leaving behind, you know? And it's just also, in whatever shape or form that looks like, but like, it's also just being able to enjoy the moment, because I feel like back then there wasn't, you know, the type of phones and cameras that we have now, it wasn't as good back then, so they were kind of forced to kind of see things in a different light, be able to experience and embrace their moments more. I feel like with nowadays having a shorter attention span is quite normal and common, and we are on our phones majority of the time that we're having these experiences. And you go to concerts, you see so many people with their phone up, right? And including myself. And just it's hard though, because are you really enjoying yourself, you know? Because it's like, yeah, I want to be able to look back on this moment, but like really fully embracing that moment for what it is though. Is that happening? Are you doing that? And I think at times we kind of lose track of that. I really do feel like we do. I do. And I'm just looking back, I've been kind of contemplating like, oh, I need to, within my 20s, be able to, within my 30s, like wishing that things were just different as I am 30 right now, and just wishing I had more success in my business ventures, my passion projects, and like wanting to just wishing that I had something physical to just look back on. And I have my YouTube channel, and I have the different clients that I've been able to help make a difference in some way, and the programs that I've been able to create. And in terms of business, the clients I've been able to help support through like ages. I've worked with people who are 11 years old to like in their 60s and plus. And it's just like being able to work with different types of populations and making a difference through different jobs, as well, being able to have different relationships, go on adventures, skydiving, solo trip, doing indoor skydiving, doing zip lining, you know, being able to work and make an impact to different people, being able to create a business that has felt fulfilling in some way, but also burnout in other ways, and also disalignment in other ways as well. And I feel like I've learned so much about business, about the get rich quick schemes and the network level marketing, and just entrepreneurial depression, and the perks of having a 9-to-5 job, but also some of the cons to it too, and the cons and the perks to having a business, and just understanding, having a deeper understanding and respect for more people and their ways of living their lives and the decisions that they make. Because at the end of the day, we all have our own things, we're all in our own journey. And it's not everybody's not meant to be on this journey with us, right? In terms of relationships go. And when you are doing, like, being in a type of relationship, what am I saying? I'm just going on. I'm just spreading gems and shit. Like, boop, 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 boop. I'm going in while cooking. I don't know if I'll post this. I probably will, though. I don't know. I hope you guys like this. I'm just talking. I'm just talking. I'm talking and cooking. I was like, fuck it, let me press record and see what happens. I don't know. I'm gonna just let it go. This is the type of conversations I'll just be having with myself and my partner and certain people that are close to me. Like, I just kind of just go in, and I get inspired by stuff that happens to me, or stuff that I see, or conversations that I have, and I just want to, or videos that I watch, and I just want to, books that I read, like, I just be getting inspired, paintings, and I just want to create, or I want to speak and just let it out. And I've always felt a huge pull to do that. I've always felt a huge pull to create. Whenever I get inspired, there's a spark that happens, and it's just like, no, I just gotta let it out. And I want to embrace that and do that more. And things don't have to look super polished. This is okay. My throat is a little raspy. Just came back from vacation. I got the fan on, so the sound quality may not be all that. I got the binaural beats happening in the background, but like, it's not, I'm not sitting down in place at my desk right now with the light and the microphone and everything. Like, I'm just here in my home and making food. And I just felt called to just speak and let this out. And you know what? It feels fucking great. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. You know what? Somebody may be able to feel inspired by me and what I say. And I know I've been able to help inspire others before. And that's what led me to want to even start my YouTube channel, or just start my business ventures, because I would have these conversations with myself knowing that this would be able to be helpful for somebody. I know. And when I, like, receiving comments about how I've been able to help make a difference for someone, I'm like, dang, I really needed to hear this, Taylor. Or like, this means so much. This made my day. Just different types of comments, or longer comments on just sharing their own experiences on like what I've shared has been able to really touch them and get them to kind of adopt their own mindset, or see things and perceive things a bit differently in a way that'll help serve them. And just like, I just want to help inspire other people. I want to help people to feel empowered in their own potential, in their own individuality, and it's something that I strive for consistently, that I have not perfected at, but I feel like, honestly, I don't think I'll ever perfect it. I just know I'm in this journey, and I'm committed to continue it. And it's been something all my life I've been striving for. All my life is what I created the brand Liberating Souls for, is to feel liberated. It's not liberated, period. It's liberating, because it's a constant thing. It's an action. It's a verb. You're acting. You're actively putting that effort in to feel liberated within yourself and your own life and human experience.